She leaned over the pool table and sank the 8-ball. Back arched, green eyes amplified by the green felt tabletop, she flicked her tail enticingly. Yeah, this girl was a real swell kitten. I felt like a bunch of feathers all knotted up on a cord, getting yanked up and down with every step she took toward me. She pawed at my chest, parted her glossed lips, and purred, "Looks like I won. You're gonna give me a prize?" I opened my mouth to ask, "What gives?" And she French kissed me like a mother trying to liberate some mademoiselle from her valuables under a bridge by the Seine on a foggy Paris night. Two thoughts kept recurring in my head. One, though it wasn't scientifically confirmed yet, I was the kind of boy who'd probably end up allergic to cats. And two, I was making out with my friend Ted's girlfriend in his basement rec room. At the all-boys Jesuit high school I attended, I found myself out in the cold socially. My cat allergy was already a subject of great debate in the hallways of our esteemed institution. I 86'd the chatter by banging on my Bible like a holy roller's tambourine. This egg wouldn't crack his shell until he found his wife and helpmeet until heaven intended. Sure, I was just buying time, but I spared myself a scarlet letter G. I walked the halls with a lavender question mark on my chest instead. There were other homos to harass, so the worst offenders moved on. Their followers mostly left me alone, worried that coming too close, even to hurl insults, might leave them marked by association. Occasionally, other closet cases would slink out of the shadows and offer advice of their own. While I was quoting Corinthians, their survival strategy came straight from Peter and the Gospels. Deny, deny, deny. Around this time, I found a theater troupe run by Catholic Youth Services office out of a defunct nuns cloister on the outskirts of downtown. That's where, cat allergies and all, I started to make a few friends. Ted was too handsome for his own good, but a real right guy. Bill was an aw-shucks redhead with strict parents, a winning smile, and a strong moral center that could be bent towards mischief with a little pressure. As my world expanded outside the judgment and jeopardy of a Jesuit prep school, these guys never asked questions about the question mark on my chest. Whoever I was, that was good enough for them, and that earned my loyalty. So when Ted's girl gave me the ooh-la-la, I took offense. What kind of girl takes one guy around the block, then turns around and tickles another guy's tonsils? A girl with green eyes, a killer bank shot, and a carnal hunger, that's what kind. A public school girl. Her name was Trina. In theology class, we hadn't quite gotten to the part of the Bible where Jesus takes a very strong anti-slut-shaming stance. We were still working through Old Testament ideas about throwing rocks at people whose sexual lives weren't kosher. Thus informed, I set out to teach Trina a thing or two. Ted's heartache at the hands of this Jezebel would not stand. With Ted's consent, I enlisted Bill to help. The job was a cinch. I'd pretend to foxtrot with this kitten. As a member of a Catholic theater troupe, I was pretty certain I could pull off a convincing Casanova. Bill would bend her ear as Ted's amigo trying to broker a reunion, but his real job was to get in her head so that I knew what Trina was thinking. For 3 months I wooed her, romanced her, gave her all the good times a skirt could want, without thumbing my nose at the sexual do's and don'ts laid out by those righteous Thessalonians. The whole thing's a sham, see? When Bill let me know I had her roped in, we moved on to phase 2, a brutal public breakup where I planned to hurt Trina the way she hurt my friend. The time, 10:38 p.m. on a Saturday night. The place, a high school gymnasium/auditorium. I had this broad so bamboozled that she brought me flowers for my role in the spring musical as house manager and head ticket taker. I told Trina 2 things. 1, carnations were for prize-winning cattle and cheap caskets. And 2, the only thing cheaper than carnations was her. My feelings were fake, and she was the whore of Babylon. By 10:42 p.m., I dumped her tacky carnations in the garbage as I strutted out of the gymnasium/auditorium victorious, leaving Trina in a pool of mascara and regret. She was humiliated, and Ted's heartache could now turn to healing. That's where it should have stopped. But when you corner a cat, she'll scratch. Trina retaliated, ambushing me after rehearsal with a couple of JV softball pitchers and a bucket of frozen snowballs. Then I rustled up a small mob of theater friends to help me TP her Jetta. Wet the whole thing down so the toilet paper would freeze overnight. It should have been a real gas, but her mom caught us coming in hot. My gang took a powder when Trina's mom threatened to call the black and whites. As Tad, Bill, and I drove to the rendezvous point, I started to smell a rat. How would Trina's mom known we'd be there? It was easy to bend Bill to mischief, but it was even easier to get him to tell the truth. Midnight, middle of a spring snow flurry, a cold avenue of quiet brick bungalows. That's where Bill confessed. He had warned Trina we were coming. Bill was the canary who was supposed to sing for me. But somehow, in our little telephone tango, he'd been eaten by the cat. My newfound friend, who had offered sanctuary when my schoolmates had judged me and deemed me an outcast, informed me that he and I couldn't be friends anymore. Bill was breaking up with me. Then Trina arrived to rub salt in my wounds. Of course, she'd seen through Bill, and she quickly turned him into a double agent. Then to trump assault, she turned him into her boyfriend. Only in hindsight could I admit that I deserved things to end this way. I didn't even have a handle on my own sexuality yet, and I had judged her aside. Bill and Trina climbed into her Jetta as the rest of my accomplices, and the aborted mission arrived. Ted, now fully single, decided to hop into another car and head off to a party. There were going to be public school girls there. And once again, I was out in the cold.